Greetings, dear one. This is Reverend Ruth on Story Bar with Angel Healing Ministries. And yes, you see, I have a ponytail. Obviously, the weather has started to get a bit warmer, and for the remainder of this week, it is going to continue to get warmer. So I did a lot of stuff today. I did a couple things today. Instead of doing it so late in the night, like around 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, I started taking out a lot of my my short sleeves and everything else, and putting away all the stuff that I don't need anymore because the weather changes. But anyhow, this has nothing to do with anything. Hi everyone, this is Reverend Ruth on Story Bar with Angel Healing Ministries, and I want to welcome you back to, even though it is slightly a rainy day outside, we are back in my sanctuary. Every once in a while, like, you will probably see this happening, because every once in a while there will be rain, and rain is part of life. Rain basically helps, with helps the flowers, the trees grow, the flowers grow, the any seedlings that may be under the earth, or helps them all grow, and makes, it just makes a place, a world more beautiful. Let alone it cools down a bit, because I know it's been a bit hot and humid lately. uh but it's going to continue to go up, 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 from what I can tell. I think we're supposed to be in like the eight upper 70s to lower 80s or something like that, I guess, coming up in the next couple of weeks. So in the humidity is going to probably be a little bit high. So we want to all get comfortable now, my friends. But anyhow, this is Reverend Ruth and Story with Angel Healing Ministries, and our mission statement is to guide you on your path to find God, and to show you how important truth and faith are along your path back to God. And show you how important truth and faith are along your path to God. It's something like that. Let me say that again. I skipped the line. Our mission statement is to guide you on your path to find God, while we support you with love and light, and show you how important truth and faith are along your path back to God. And show you how important truth and faith are along your path back to God. There you go. Well, my friends, as you know, we talked a little bit about the weather, and you can see that my outfits have changed a little bit. The weather's like changing. I can put my hair back today for the first time in a very long time. But, I wanted to talk about, we a lot of the things that we do in life, when challenges come, we go within and seek God. And I would like to cover a totally different side of that. We all know God exists, but we also have to understand, and you're probably going to hear the air conditioner kick in once in a while, because I do have my air conditioner. And then we do have, in this world, God does exist, and we do have many different, religions out there. But here's something maybe some of you didn't know, but I wouldn't say that. I would like to talk about the spiritual source of comfort. That the spiritual source of comfort, meaning your spiritual beliefs, your spiritual fallings, and the comfort zone that people are comfortable with. And I've discovered that a lot of people will call it God. Others will call it God and Goddess. Others will call it Universal Spirit, Great Spirit. There are many different names. Some people call there's also the name Jehovah and Bahala, something, Bahala. Yeah, I think that's correct. But I know the Baha'i. I think that's correct. If it's not, then I apologize. But there's just so many, out there in this world, my friends. They're just, there's just one God, one power, one source. But it has many, many, many names. And in each religion, it's different. You see, God created numerous religions, and I personally am comfortable with calling it God, or God and Goddess, Universal Spirit, Great Spirit. I call them, pretty much follow all of it. But, our God, the creator of the universe, they also call it creator, the creator of this universe, and his co-creator, Mother Nature. These are things that are in different, in different beliefs, have different, different belief system, but they're pretty much all the same in many ways. So I've discovered over time, because when I became a minister, one of my positions, one of my classes that I had to study as a minister was to learn about the different world religions. And while I was doing that, I discovered many interesting concepts, many interesting stories, and many similar stories that were in the Holy Bible that showed up in other texts, but they were named differently, or they used different names, different people, but yet the story was somewhat similar. in one of the I believe in one of the times in with Moses with Noah in the ark, I'm sorry, with Noah in the ark, um, there was a lot of questions of all the different types of animals on in the world, and people do believe at one point there were unicorns in this world. And what happened when the flood came, they couldn't find the unicorns, so they got washed away. But not every single one of the unicorns. There were some that survived because they're still out there. It's just a matter of finding them. And I look at these creatures, these mythical creatures that are on like a different level of consciousness, like God is on a different level of consciousness, like Great Spirit is on a different level of consciousness. And every consciousness, everybody in this world, every religion, every belief out there has their own stories that follow behind the story of God. And and I really would like to let you know that there are different beliefs out there that go, and one of the reasons God created all these different religions, my friends, was to help us decide and explore and expand our horizons on the different beliefs and systems out there. Um, because one of the most important things that one can do in life is expand their horizons, and we'll talk a little bit about that later on. But as I said, in my studies as a minister, I studied everything from universal law to different religions to sacred ceremonies, pulpit training, all that good stuff. And at the same time doing my, as I was taking my studies, I was learning about the different religions that they were teaching us at this at the CEC, it was called back then. And we learned about all these different religions, and they also taught that at a place called the Love Center, which I'm not sure if it's still around, but I know the people are still around. They taught a similar thing. They had something called universal law, or world. Maybe it was similar to world religions as well. Because as a minister and as a person, you want to be well rounded. You want to understand and know the people you're working with or talking with. And you want and as doing what you're doing and getting to know people, especially as someone, a spiritual leader, I would find it very interesting if they would go and study all the different beliefs and different religions, which is what I did, and found out how very interesting and similar, and how many similar, sorry, phone is moving, and how similar that their beliefs are, and meditation tools and everything, all we are all one, and we've been all one for years. I mean, a lot of the mentors that are out there, spiritual mentors, my friends, they know and explain to us that we should expand our horizons and learn, because the more we learn, the more wisdom and knowledge we gain, and the more ideas and understanding of the different religions. You see, the reason these were created was to, like, because they everybody needed something, and that's what I meant by the spiritual source of comfort. Everyone needed something to believe in. And God created all of these different religions, or maybe it wasn't just God alone, but it was the people that brought these religions to life, and brought these religions into light. And you'd be amazed on how incredible and spiritual and powerful these things are. Like, even with the Hindus, they have the same pretty much concept of God and goddess, but they probably have a different name for that. I know they have a lot of, they call them deities, and they have numerous deities out there in the world. And then, of course, there's the Celts that we know, and I'm a Celt, part Celt, that believe in the god and goddess as well. And so do and also the German Celts. And now, as for the Christian side of it, they have their saints, and they have Jesus, and they have God, which is similar to what I believe in, which is the similar of that I believe in God. But I'm also very open to many other religions, because over my time, I really enjoyed, as I studied, attending Hindu temple on occasion, Druid services that one of my friends would do, Celtic services. I never been to Tao, but I was always the curious one, always wanting to know more. because I always wanted, as I grew as a spiritual leader, I wanted to have the knowledge and the knowing of the different beliefs out there. And I found out on my exploration and reading the different books and text how similar we all are. But not many people know that. I got the same energy that I get when I talk about God, God and Goddess. When I worked with the deities in the Hindu temples, I got the same feeling, and it was all very similar. And as my studies progressed, I discovered it all went back to that same one power, the source, the almighty, powerful source, known to many as God, God and Goddess, the universe. Even galaxies would fit in there, and they're just, there's just so much to understand and explore. These new times, my friends, the age of Aquarius, and I think we're still in it, but I could be wrong. I'm not an astrologer. A lot of new and exciting things arose from the world, arose from the pages of life. I will use that as my little explanation, or as my tool, or my explanation, that with all of these things happening, from comets to shooting stars and asteroids and meteor showers and things like that, it's just that world, there's a whole nother world out there for us to explore, my friends. It's just a matter of if you want to expand your horizons. It's also a matter of your spiritual source of comfort zone, where you're comfortable with. There are a few of us out there, or maybe not a few, but there's a good amount of us out there that have explored so many things and found that they're all similar in many ways. And that is why the concept is saying we're all one anyway. And they also use that, a lot of people, the mentors, use that term of many roads, one path, or many roads, one destination. As I correct myself, many roads and one destination, all to get back to the great source, the great power, the beginning of when the world was created, of the energy, the power of energy that was flowing through and to and fro through life. For example, there were a lot of incredible things that happened in the universe, like the Big Bang Theory, which kind of, in many ways, if you think about it, kind of happened right around the same time that in Genesis, God was creating the world, was creating the world for us to live on. And this Big Bang Theory, I think, occurred around, maybe around the same time, maybe not. I don't know for sure. I don't have all my facts. But if you want to do some research, go check out the Big Bang Theory that many scholars and philosophers and spiritualists spoke about in the past. In many ways, they were similar, because when the galaxies and the planets were created, so was the world. Along with the children's stories that talk about, like the Chronicles of Narnia, where the 7 book series of the Chronicles of Narnia that C.S. Lewis wrote about, where Aslan, the great lion, also known as God, created the world. He roared it, or breath, or he roared and breathed it into existence, from planets to stars and night and day and fish and flowers and trees and water and mermaids and unicorns and animals of all types, of all walks of life, all a way to explain to children in that time about the great universal spirit, which is known as God, which is one of the oldest names, I guess. I think I should double check my resources. But it's one way to talk. It was one way to teach the children of that time, when there was a time when people weren't allowed to talk about that. So the people in the community created tarot cards and created children's stories to explain the Great Spirit, the Great Holy Bible, which goes back to, I don't know how many years. I know it's more than 2,000 years now. But it's just incredible what you learn as you grow and explore and you expand your horizons, my friends. You see, when we expand our horizons, we discover more than we expected, my friends. And to top it all off, my friends, it makes an incredible knowledge, or it gives us a lot of wisdom and knowledge that we can share with others in the future or in the present tense, my friends. But it also goes back to also, my friends, and I say this I say this clearly, that it's the spiritual source of comfort. What is your spiritual source of comfort? Which is more like you, my friends? Feel free and confident to follow your path that you're on. Feel free, because there's nothing wrong with the path you're on as long as it's in the light. I know there are other paths out there that are dark, but I don't know too much about those, although there was a time in my life where I explored, but I never really wanted to know more. But I'm pretty sure there's some way, a connection to both, because many of you know the story of Lucifer and Archangel Michael, and that he wanted a kingdom all his own, and God gave him that opportunity to run the kingdom of his own. He gave him the underworld. And there are those people that practice that out there as well. But I guess you need a balance in the world, my friends. Without the darkness and the light together, where is your balance? How can a world be all light and nothing to learn from it? If the world's all dark, it's nothing but horror and terror. So that is why our universal power, the God power, or the source of the all almighty knowing, gave to us yin and yang, negative and positive, to have them work together in harmony to teach people right from wrong. So really, my friends, there's a reason behind everything. And my friends, the truth is this: no matter how many religions are out there, or beliefs are out there, we need to respect each and every one, my friends, because the respect will lead to harmony, and harmony will lead to peace, my friends. So, my friends, once again, think about it. Which is your spiritual source of comfort? Which one is more like you? Thanks, my friends. We love you. Namaste. And if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe. We love you. Namaste. And this is Reverend Ruth Anstaria Bar with Angel Healing Ministries. Have a beautiful day and night, and we'll talk to you real soon. And stay tuned for a little bit later. I will be talking about expanding our horizons. Thanks, and have a beautiful day and night, and we'll talk to you real soon. We love you. Namaste.